Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. This is Salim Akhtar Malik, your host at the Observation Post channel. This channel is dedicated to discussing issues of national and international importance. In this session, we'll be discussing the recent nationwide power breakdown in the country. A nationwide power breakdown plunged Pakistan on night 9th-10th January 2021. The blackout was reported shortly before midnight by citizens on social media from across Pakistan, particularly from major urban centers like Karachi, Lahore, Islamabad, Multan, as well as from smaller towns and cities across the country. It took almost 24 hours to partially restore the power supply in the country. Umar Ayub Khan, Pakistan's Federal Minister for Power, said in a press conference that the blackout had occurred as a result of a technical failure at the Kudu power station, and within a second the frequency dropped. He likened it to a cascading phenomena, a cascading effect where various safety systems at the power station started shutting down one by one, and this cascading effect then spread out to the rest of the transmission lines and power stations in the country, thereby causing the nationwide breakdown of electricity or electrical power. Umar Ayub Khan said that it was like an electrical fuse blowing up, which would require manual resetting. So, the rehabilitation of power grids would also require manual resetting, which would take time. Now, due to the inefficient power generation and transmission system in Pakistan, such outages were not uncommon. These had been happening in the past also, and the question which we are going to discuss, the thing which we are going to discuss in this session is whether it was similar, the recent breakdown, was it similar to the earlier breakdowns, or there was some other reason, or could it be explained from some other angle? Now, in an earlier video on the Observation Post channel, I had discussed an evolving method of air warfare called effects-based operation, which was evolved by the American military in the wake of Operation Desert Storm. It was a non-kinetic response to Iran's nuclear weapons program. In the present scenario, where the United States, India, and Israel are strategic allies, we cannot rule out the possibility of United States using effects-based operation. The doctrine and the concept of effects-based operation to shut down Pakistan with a view to effecting a regime change in the country, so that the next regime which replaces the existing regime is more pliable to surrendering Pakistan's nuclear weapons to the United States, which it had been endeavoring for quite some time in the past also. What is effects-based operation? As I said, It is a non-kinetic method to destroy enemies' systems, enemies' national networks. Now, warfare has evolved during the last 3 decades from conventional forms to non-kinetic forms or non-kinetic methods of application, which are considered more effective and less damaging to own troops who would be exposed to the enemy troops on the ground. Now, these non-kinetic methods, out of which we'll be discussing effects-based operation, are even more effective than a large-scale air offensive because of two reasons, two major reasons. The first reason is that a large-scale air offensive may destroy enemy's ground facilities, including the hardened silos, which would be used by the enemy to store its nuclear weapons or other related equipment like centrifuges, etc. But due to dispersal and hardening, some of the nuclear facilities would survive even a large-scale air offensive. The second uh, major drawback or limitation of an air operation is that even if an air offensive succeeds in damaging the enemy's nuclear facilities, the real danger would lie or would reside in the minds of enemies, engineers, and scientists who would eventually resurrect the hostile nuclear program. So, for this reason, non-kinetic methods like the concept of effects-based operation, which we are going to discuss now, are considered more effective. An effects-based operation relies on electromagnetic pulse weapons to destroy enemies' critical nodes of power, telecommunications, transport, military, and industry. Now, Pakistan is an urbanized country. It relies heavily, its population relies uh, heavily on national networks of power, communications, etc., which I have described just now. Now, an electromagnetic pulse weapon is a weapon which relies on an intense electromagnetic field which creates a short burst of intense energy capable of crippling enemies' electronic systems such as radars, computers, radio communications, and even traffic lights. So, an electromagnetic pulse weapon would cripple in case it is launched against a country like Pakistan, which relies heavily on such national networks would cripple its national networks, thereby paralyzing the government. The operation would be followed by an airborne operation, which would be a conventional operation, where enemy's troops would be um, launched to take control of the target country's major installations, thereby affecting not only a regime change but also in denying the target country of its nuclear assets. Now, even without launching an electromagnetic pulse weapon, the country which is attacking may hack the computer systems by inserting malware, computer malware or virus. And this has happened at least twice in the past, in the recent past. The first instance, a few years ago, the United States and Israel inserted computer malware in Iran's uranium enrichment facility at Natanz, thereby destroying hundreds of Iranian centrifuges. In the second instance, a year or so back, China inserted computer malware in one of India's nuclear reactors at Kerala, shutting it down for some time. This can happen again. Now, in a press conference held on 11th January, Pakistan's Director General Inter-Services Relations, Inter-Services Public Relations, stated that India is, he fleetingly stated that India is trying to get hold of or to possess mm, electromagnetic pulse weapons technology. And he said that in case India lays its hands upon such technology, it will be very destabilizing for the entire region. Now, Pakistan, the world knows, has been experimenting with electromagnetic pulse weapons for its own security. And there is a likelihood that the recent power breakdown in the country was the result of a contrived experiment where Pakistan had tested its electromagnetic pulse weapons. This is all for today's session. See you again. Bye bye.